A very warm welcome to the Amersham Methodist Circuit YouTube channel and to this episode of Thought for Sunday. My name is the Reverend Adam Wells and I am the Superintendent Minister of the Amersham Circuit of the Methodist Church. You are most welcome. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe so that you get notifications of all of our broadcasts. Today we have a thought for harvest. And to get us in the mood for harvest, we're going to have a traditional harvest hymn, number 130, in Singing the Faith. We plough the fields and scatter the good seed on the land.
And scatter the good seed on the land, but it is fed and watered by God's almighty hand. He sends the snow in winter, the warmth to swell the grain, the breezes and the sunshine and soft refreshing rain. All good gifts around us are sent from heaven above. Then thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord for all His love. He only is the maker of all things near and far. He paints the wayside flower, He lights the evening star. The winds and waves obey Him, by Him the birds are fed. Much more to us His children He gives our daily bread. All good gifts around us are sent from heaven above. Then thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord for all His love. We thank Thee then, O Father, for all things bright and good, the seed time and the harvest, our life, our health, our food. Accept the gifts we offer, for all Thy love imparts, and what Thou most desirest, our humble, thankful hearts. All good gifts around us are sent from heaven above. Then thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord for all His love. All good gifts around us are sent from heaven above. Then thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord for all His love.
A reading for today from Genesis chapter 8 and verses 15 to 22. At the beginning of the Bible we get the stories of creation, and then we turn to the account of Noah. God decides that the earth needs to start again. He preserves Noah, his relatives and sufficient livestock to repopulate the planet. God allows the earth to begin again.
Then God said to Noah, "Go out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons wives with you. Bring out with you every living thing that is with you of all flesh, birds and animals, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, so that they may abound on the earth, and be fruitful, and multiply on the earth. So Noah went out with his sons and his wife and his sons' wives. And every animal, every creeping thing and every bird, everything that moves on the earth, went out of the ark by families. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and took of every clean animal and of every clean bird, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And when the Lord smelled the pleasing odour, the Lord said in his heart, I will never again curse the ground because of humankind, for the inclination of the human heart is evil from youth, nor will I ever again destroy every living creature as I have done. As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night shall not cease.
I was wondering, when was the first time you recycled something? You took it back in order that it may be used again. It's second nature now. We give out our recycling each week. We take big items that can be recycled to the local tip and we put them in the relevant receptacle in order for them to be recycled. More and more items can be taken and reused in some other form. But what was the first thing you remember recycling? I tried to think about this, and this is what I came up with. As a child, I remember taking back bottles of pop because they could be reused. The same was true for milk bottles. When we had used our milk, we took it back and it would be reused, recycled and come out again with milk in it. I suppose, strictly speaking, that wasn't recycling in the sense that a milk bottle would come back as a milk bottle and would always be a milk bottle. Whereas when we recycle glass these days, it may come back in various different forms, maybe as more glass, maybe as some other substance of which glass is a part. And this set me to thinking. Isn't recycling kind of connected to harvest? After all, harvest is about gathering and using. Usually gathering stuff that has grown or been created. But we gather the things we're going to put away. We gather the things we're going to be recycled in order that they may be made into something new. When the seed falls from the plant, it goes into the earth and comes back as a new plant. When a plant dies, or when the vegetables have been prepared and there's some left over, or when grass is gathered from our lawns, we can put it in our compost and recycle it as goodness for our gardens. And it struck me that if this is how nature is, if this is how the world is made, which I believe it is, then maybe God is the first recycler. And can we read this into the story of Noah? Noah and his companions and the animals in the ark come back to a planet which, when the water goes down, has been cleansed and changed and is able to start again new and better. That's the intention of the story. And I don't know about you, but I was quite pleased with that thought, because it took me to thinking that when we do our recycling, we're not only doing something that is self-evidently good, maybe we're doing something that also has its origins in the way God intends the world to be. That we do not waste, that a part of our gathering things together is to reuse and make good. So enjoy your harvest festivals this year. I'll enjoy the ones we have in this circuit, and maybe remember that the first recycler is God. And so we sing a harvest song that reminds us of how God is with us and wants us to be with our world. 727, God in his love for us lent us this planet, gave it a purpose in time and in space. Thanks be to God for its bounty and beauty. Life that sustains us in body and mind.
God in his love for us lent us this planet, gave it a purpose in time and in space, small as a spark from the fire of creation, cradle of life and the home of our race. Thanks be to God for its bounty and beauty, life that sustains us in body and mind, plenty for all if we learn how to share it, riches undreamed of to fathom and find. Long have our human wars ruined its harvest, long hath us bowed to the terror of force, long have we wasted what others have needed, poisoned the fountain of life at its source. Earth is the Lord's, it is ours to enjoy it, one as God's servants to farm and defend, from its pollution, misuse and destruction. Good Lord, deliver us, world without end.